The crystal wine glasses clinked at our family's monthly dinner, where my stepfather loved showcasing his successful investment portfolio. I sat quietly in my worn hoodie, deliberately chosen to match their low expectations. So, Alex, stepdad swirled his $500 wine, still playing with your little computer project? I checked my phone discreetly. The notification glowed. IPO paperwork finalized. Nasdaq opening bell. 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. It's a quantum computing platform, I said softly, watching my stepsister Jessica smirk. Quantum. Jessica laughed, flashing her investment banking ID. Like your last 3 revolutionary startups? If they only knew that while they mocked my computer games, I'd built the most advanced quantum computing system in history, secured major government contracts, and was about to become the youngest tech billionaire ever. You know, Mom chimed in, Jessica's firm is hiring entry-level analysts. A real job might. Actually, I started, but stepdad cut me off. Speaking of real jobs, he boomed, Jessica's team just closed a $1 billion tech investment. My phone buzzed, stock exchange ceremony preparations complete. Press embargo lifts at opening bell. How interesting, I murmured, knowing my IPO would make their billion look like pocket change. Now that's success, Mom beamed at Jessica. Not like wasting time in a garage with computers. I glanced at my watch, a subtle prototype of my quantum-powered smart device. About those computers. Alex, stepdad interrupted, we've discussed this. That investment proposal you sent us? Jessica's team reviewed it. And found it lacking, Jessica added smugly. The technology's theoretical at best. I thought about the classified military installations already running my quantum systems, the Fortune 500 companies begging for partnerships, and the pending patents that would reshape computing itself. Remember your first startup? Jessica continued. The revolutionary app that failed in 3 months? Or the second one? Stepdad chuckled. What was it? Quantum something. My phone lit up. Global markets preparing for largest tech IPO in history. The dinner continued, with them dissecting my past failures, while praising Jessica's minor banking victories. Nobody noticed my calm smile or the subtle glances at my phone. Here's an idea. Stepdad raised his glass. Instead of another doomed startup, why not let Jessica's firm handle your investments? Put that inheritance to actual use. I thought about the rejection email his firm had sent 6 months ago, declining to invest in what would become the most valuable tech company in history. The inheritance, Mom added, shouldn't be wasted on more failed experiments. Actually, I set down my water glass. About that inheritance. Don't tell me, Jessica's eyes narrowed. You've spent it all on this quantum fantasy? Not exactly, I replied, watching another notification. Press releasing quantum computing breakthrough at opening bell. Then what? Stepdad demanded. Another app? Another revolution? I smiled slightly, knowing that in less than 12 hours, their entire understanding of success would shatter. You'll see, I said quietly. Tomorrow morning. The stock market opens at 9:30, Jessica said dismissively. Some of us have real work to do. Yes, I agreed, standing up. Some of us do. The real show would begin at the opening bell. Before you leave, Stepdad called out, show Jessica your latest business plan. Maybe she can explain why it's impossible. I pulled out my tablet, watching Jessica's banking confidence radiate. Sure. Though the actual product demonstration is tomorrow. Product? Mom scoffed. You mean like that failed social media platform? Different. I displayed complex quantum equations on my tablet. This is about reshaping computing itself. Jessica squinted at the equations. This is nonsense. These processing speeds are theoretical. We're theoretical, I corrected, accessing my private server. Until 3 months ago. Stepdad grabbed the tablet. These numbers are absurd. No computer could. Traditional computer, I noted, watching his face redden. Quantum computing operates differently. My phone buzzed with updates. Final IPO valuation confirmed. Tech journalists positioned for announcement. Global markets preparing for historic opening. Look, Jessica leaned forward, her banking authority in full force. I review tech investments daily. This is impossible. Like when you rejected my investment proposal? I brought up their firm's email. The one calling my technology fictional and unrealistic? We protect our clients from bad investments, Stepdad defended. Your track record of building the most advanced computing system in history? I suggested mildly. While you thought I was playing in the garage? The tablet showed more incoming messages. Military contracts declassifying at opening bell. Fortune 500 partnerships announcing tomorrow. Quantum breakthrough patents publishing at 9:30 a.m. This is ridiculous. Jessica stood up. I'm calling our tech division right now. They're probably busy, I smiled. Preparing for tomorrow's market opening. What's happening tomorrow? Mom asked, worry creeping into her voice. Just a small announcement. I gathered my things. About those impossible quantum computers. Stepdad's investment confidence wavered. What announcement? You'll see it on every financial network. I headed for the door. Though you might want to check your firm's investment rejection policy first. Is this some kind of joke? Jessica called after me. Another failed startup publicity stunt? I turned back one final time. Remember when you said my inheritance was being wasted? They nodded uncertainly. Tomorrow morning that wasted inheritance becomes the largest tech fortune in history. I paused. By the way, your firm's competitors? They didn't reject my investment offer. Competitors. Stepdad's wine glass froze halfway to his lips. The ones who understood quantum computing, I confirmed. Unlike your expert analysts. As I left their mansion, my phone displayed final confirmations. Asterisk stock exchange ceremony prepared. Asterisk global press embargoes ready. Asterisk market makers positioned. Asterisk tech world waiting. Tomorrow they'd learn the true cost of underestimating a failed startup founder. The next morning I stood in the New York Stock Exchange control room, watching dozens of screens track global markets preparing for the opening bell. My quantum computing company's IPO was about to shatter every tech listing record in history. Mr. Chin, my COO Sarah appeared. Your family is trying to reach you. They've seen the pre-market headlines. I smiled, adjusting my custom-designed quantum-embedded suit, quite different from the hoodie they were used to seeing. Let them watch the opening bell like everyone else. The quantum demonstration takes priority. The screens displayed breaking news headlines. Quantum computing breakthrough shocks tech world. Revolutionary startup poised for record-breaking IPO. Military contracts reveal quantum computing mastery. My phone buzzed continuously. Asterisk Stepdad's investment firm frantically calling. Asterisk Jessica's banking team sending urgent messages. Asterisk Mom's texts becoming increasingly desperate. Asterisk global media requesting interviews. 5 minutes to bell, Sarah announced. Pre-market trading indicates opening price triple initial estimates. I nodded, watching financial analysts scramble to understand what I'd built while my family mocked my computer games. The quantum computing revolution was about to begin. Mr. Chin, a NYSE official approached. Your family is in the lobby. They're demanding. 2 minutes to bell, I cut in. They can wait. The global feeds showed tech stocks tumbling as the market prepared for my company's dominance. Traditional computing companies were about to become obsolete. When they finally burst into the control room, the transformation was striking. Stepdad's investment confidence had crumbled, Jessica's banking expertise had shattered, and their designer suits couldn't hide their panic. Alex, Stepdad started, his voice lacking its usual condescension. We need to discuss. 30 seconds. I held up my hand as holographic displays activated around the room. Real-time quantum computations floated in the air, processing power that made traditional supercomputers look like calculators. This is impossible, Jessica whispered, watching her bank's tech analysts revise valuations upward. The computing power you've achieved. While you were mocking my little computer project, I brought up my company's true capabilities. I created the most advanced computing system in human history. Those theoretical equations you dismissed? They're running military defense networks now. The screens showed my quantum empire's reach. Asterisk global defense contracts secured. Asterisk Fortune 500 companies partnered. Asterisk traditional computing obsolete. Asterisk tech landscape fundamentally transformed. 10 seconds to bell, Sarah announced. Your investment rejection. I displayed their email on the main screen. Would you like to reconsider your analysis? The patents, Jessica said slowly, recognition dawning. You've patented quantum. Everything, I confirmed. While you were calling my work fictional, I was revolutionizing computing itself. 5 seconds. But we're your family, Mom pleaded. Surely we can invest now. Family. I questioned, playing video clips from years of dinner mockery. Like when you called my work playing with computers. When Jessica said my technology was impossible? 3 seconds. The screens showed more headlines. Quantum startup valuation exceeds $1 trillion. Tech prodigy revolutionizes computing. Traditional tech giants face obsolescence. 1 second. I turned to face them fully. About my failed startups? The opening bell rang. Global markets exploded. My company's stock price soared instantly, breaking every first-day trading record. Wealth creation algorithms calculated my net worth increasing by billions per second. My God, Stepdad whispered, watching his firm's rejected investment opportunity become the most valuable company in history. The quantum processors, Jessica stared at the holographic displays. They're real. They're actually running the global economy now, I completed. Along with defense systems, research networks, and basically anything requiring actual computing power. More headlines flashed. Quantum startup becomes most valuable company. Tech revolution reshapes global markets. Rejected investment becomes trillion-dollar empire. You have 2 options, I stated, watching traditional tech stocks plummet. 1. Accept that you catastrophically misjudged both me and computing's future. 2. Continue believing my work is theoretical, while the world embraces quantum reality. But your previous startups, Mom tried. They all failed. We're development stages, I corrected. Each one advancing quantum computing while you celebrated Jessica's minor banking deals. The NYSE officials approached with the ceremonial bell hammer. It was time to formally mark history's largest tech revolution. Oh, and Stepdad? I called as I walked to the platform. He looked up, his investment expertise in shambles. About calling my work playing with computers? I smiled. I did play with them. All the way to reshaping human civilization. The markets continued soaring as I prepared to formally launch the quantum age. Tomorrow they'd learn just how completely I'd transformed technology. 1 month after the historic IPO, I stood in my quantum command center, watching holographic displays track my computing systems reshaping global technology. The tech world had transformed, traditional computers becoming museum pieces as quantum processing revolutionized everything. Mr. Chin, Sarah entered. Your family has completed their first month of basic quantum computing training. Their evaluation meeting is scheduled. I nodded, observing another quantum breakthrough on the monitors. Send them in. Let's see if they've learned the true value of innovation. They entered differently now, their financial power suits replaced by standard tech wear, their market arrogance transformed into technical humility. Jessica's banking confidence had vanished, replaced by the uncertain steps of a quantum computing trainee. Please sit, I gestured to the processing displays surrounding us. Let's review your progress in understanding quantum systems. Stepdad spoke first, his voice lacking its former authority. The computational power. It's extraordinary. The way the qubits interact. At a rate trillion times faster than classical computing, I completed, bringing up their training scores. Though your adaptation to quantum theory has been challenging. Jessica shifted uncomfortably. The quantum algorithms are more complex than financial models. Obviously, I displayed their test results. Which is why you're all still at entry level despite your previous market expertise. The screens showed my empire's global impact. Industries being transformed, scientific breakthroughs achieved instantly, traditional computing becoming irrelevant. Your technology, Mom said quietly, it's changed everything we thought we knew about computing. Now you notice? I raised an eyebrow. Not when I was wasting time in the garage. Not when you mocked my startups. I brought up footage from their years of dismissal alongside current headlines. Quantum systems achieve perfect efficiency. Chin computing transforms global technology. Classical computers become obsolete. We were wrong, Jessica whispered. So catastrophically wrong. Yes, I agreed, standing to survey my tech empire. But being wrong has given you an opportunity to learn what real innovation looks like. What do you mean? Stepdad asked, his investment confidence shattered. I turned back, activating new quantum displays. Your monthly evaluation offers 2 paths forward. They leaned forward, desperation evident. Option 1. Continue your quantum computing training. In 2 years, you might qualify for mid-level technical positions. 2 years. Mom looked stricken. The same time I spent developing this technology while you called my work worthless, I reminded her. Option 2. Transfer to our computing museum. You can explain to visitors how classical computers became extinct. The screens showed my newest innovations. Quantum teleportation, molecular simulations, universal problem-solving algorithms. Your choice, I continued, will demonstrate what you've actually learned this month. About technology, about innovation, and about judging someone's worth by their past startups. They exchanged glances, their financial dynasty crumbling under the weight of quantum revolution. We'll continue training, Stepdad said finally. If you'll teach us. Interesting, I mused, bringing up their recent performance data. A month ago, you wouldn't have considered quantum computing real technology. We were blind, Jessica admitted. Trapped in an outdated version of computing. I nodded, pressing a button. The wall opened to reveal my quantum core, the heart of modern technology. This is where real innovation happens now, I told them. Not in investment banks or market trades, but in quantum space where we reshape reality itself. It's beautiful, Mom whispered, finally understanding. Yes, I agreed, handing them new access cards, basic clearance, their names under technical trainee. Welcome to actual technology. But your global impact. Jessica gestured to the screens showing my technological dominion. Expands daily, I smiled. Because unlike some, I believe in letting innovation lead the way, not egos or market predictions. As they prepared to leave for their quantum computing lessons, I called after them, "Oh, and Stepdad?" He turned back, still adjusting to his new reality. About rejecting my startup investment? I gestured to the global feeds showing trillions in market value. I prefer revolutionizing civilization. Later that evening, I stood in my original garage lab, now preserved as a reminder of where this empire began. My phone buzzed with updates. Asterisk quantum processing achieving new records. Asterisk traditional computing fully obsolete. Asterisk global tech metrics reaching perfection. Asterisk classical systems becoming extinct.